Well, we are almost out of Old Town now, but before we are able to fully get out, I think we should probably hop into a better body. The commander has done us well, but for right now we do need some more armor. And to get more armor, we're going to have to possess that heavy cop there. But obviously, since this particular medium cop won't stop staring, it's going to become necessary to, well, as you can tell, get him out of the way first. Now we can safely hop into the heavy cop body.
This is my
And wonder what exactly is wrong with the commander. I'm not exactly sure why, after you depossess her, she feels the want to go over there and kick that dead body, but I'll leave her to her little dancing competition and we'll continue onwards. Now, we aren't going to be staying in the heavy cop body for that much longer, mostly due to the fact that after this room, there is some incredibly difficult combat that can easily be avoided, but they probably didn't mean for you to do it that way. They probably meant for you to stay in this body and go in guns a-blazing, but that's not really the way to go. So for right now, I'm just going to chase around this Chot, trying to get him to kill this heavy cop, so that I can just go ahead and possess the Chot afterwards. And we'll be seeing why in just a second here. There we go, got inside that Chot. Also going to pick up another weapon because the needle gun won't do the trick on those boxes. And this area may seem familiar. We were actually coming through here beforehand, but as you can quite plainly see, this place is, I think it's got about 3 bazookas and about 3 machine gun shots, and yeah, they really somehow want you to go through there shooting. I really don't think so. So this actually brings us into the next new area. This is called the Outskirts. And as you can tell, it's still a war zone. Go ahead and take care of these last few guys. Wow, that was a really powerful grenade. I did not expect that. But we're going to have to just want to get rid of the rest of these shots, as we are going to actually need to get into another body. We'll see why in just a second. There we go, that should be good, so I'll just go ahead and stay on this plate. But yeah, since we are in a Chot body, or if we were in Bob's body, that scanning process would pretty much not allow us to go through. Thankfully, by failing that scan, it does send out a cop that we can hop into, allowing us progress. But yet again, we are going to have to pretty much dump this cop body pretty much immediately and hop into one of these welders. You obviously have to be very careful because there are quite a few light cops just kind of patrolling around, and we really don't want to get into combat. But the reason we want this welder body is because as we go up this lift, the lift will break down. And the only way to fix it is to be in a welder's body and to come down here and magically weld science and technology, I guess. But yeah, kind of an easy puzzle. You just have to be careful, make sure you don't get stuck up on that elevator.
Hey, get away!
And some really nice animation there. But yeah, we can now head up and leave that area behind us permanently. Yeah, that text there just saying the elevator is seriously damaged, is just saying you can't progress back. But we don't need to. We head into another area that looks very similar to what we just left. It's more of just the outskirts, but there's also this blocked off area here. We'll be continuing back to this area later on in the video. For right now, though, we are going to need a actual body that can fight back and has armor. Because, well, we're going to be running into some dangerous situations out here on the streets. It is kind of awkward to see some of the combat happen between NPC factions. It doesn't really go that smoothly, and you know, even if it strikes you to wanna help, it's best not to, because the targeting system will sometimes make you target a friendly NPC and they'll get the wrong idea and start firing at you, which usually leads into a much worse situation. So what we are going to want to do is just head up here. And there's supposed to be an ambush coming around this corner here. As you can see, it kind of triggered, but
who gives a freaking shit about a baby?
I'm not exactly certain what happened to the AI here. Just kind of decided that wall was more interesting, I guess. I don't know.
This man's a freaking baby.
Hey, point that thing somewhere else.
But, yeah, I guess we'll just stealthily get by them and leave them to whatever the hell it is they're doing. So that we can head into the next fun-filled area here, which is, well, it's the cornerstone of pretty much any great game out there. It's the sewer. You can tell it's the sewer because it looks very much the same as everything else, so it's gotta be a sewer. And since it is the sewer, that's the perfect place for chots to dwell. So there's going to be plenty of chots down here, especially some newer breeds of chot. They may be a bit hard to see, but we'll get a closer look at them later. But there's going to be what appear to be tiny people chots. I think they call them dwarf chots. They only have melee ability, and I'll probably not be possessing them too much. But yeah, I haven't really found a good way to get down here and save the body you're in. But you don't really need it, because we want to pretty much immediately hop into a chot, because there's going to be more chots waiting for us. And we want to seem as friendly as possible to them. Hey guys, and your flickering guns, how's it going? But yet again, do not try to get involved in combat. As we'll be seeing, the platforms here are, well, to call them small would be an understatement. They are very, very precarious. And, well, you have to realize that the dead bodies on the ground still have collision. So, it's pretty easy to fall in the water and die. And it's obviously instant death, and as you can probably tell, there's no easy way to get back up. So what better place then to have a platforming section? That makes perfect sense. But before we get to that platforming section, I just want to make sure I didn't miss any doorways or anything this way, while still trying to be as careful as possible. But if memory serves me, both of these doors are going to say, yep, insufficient power. If you remember from the previous video, you may remember that we got a message that the chots had control of some kind of power generator. And I guess we're supposed to assume that the power generator is located somewhere here in the sewer. And we're going to have to, well, restore power. So now that we've done that little bit of exploration, we can now get to this amazing platforming section. It's actually not too difficult, as we'll see in just a second. You just have to be careful that you, well, it's not too much of a hassle to dump that guy's body into water and then jump out at the last second, but you know, I felt like trying to be a little bit safer and just leaving him to chill on the walkway. But yeah, as you can tell, I mean, this jumping section outside of camera issues isn't that difficult, and you may think it's safe, but yeah. Thanks a lot, game. I don't know how you're supposed to know that's there, but that's a good little instant death trap that I don't even think if you started flying immediately you'd be able to get out of, but you know, it's fine. Also, this conveniently placed body allows us to gently baby crawl our way under the laser trap here, or the laser wall. And we do want to stay a little bit quiet, just so we don't disturb these shots here. Not yet, anyway, because we have a button to press. Magical shiny button. That was certainly an impressive display, but hey, we got another message. Let's see what we have as an objective. Well, apparently the Chots have some kind of beast down here that we need to go find. And, well, oh. Looks like we were praying a bit too loud and we caught the attention of those damnable Chots. That's what you get for shooting me, you dickhole. But we actually want to hold on to this body for just a little bit because we are going to need to go back to those doors that had insufficient power beforehand. Thankfully, there's this nice little pathway here that pretty much leads us back right to where we were. It's just a bit disorienting because, well, this honestly didn't look this way when we first came here. At least not to my very perceptive eye. But yeah, we just go right back across here, and we'll find that barred off little entrance way. And that will lead us to this horrible cacophony of weird sounds. And say hello to the Chot Behemoth. I'm not exactly sure how the Chots managed to have a very huge humanoid Hulk animal down here, but yeah, we are going to need to hop into that for the next section, mostly for our protection. Not that I wouldn't want to hop around in the Chot dwarves for a while, but yeah, let's leave them to whatever the hell they are supposed to be doing here. Now, the Chot Behemoth has probably the most armor in the game. It does quite a bit of damage. It, well, obviously doesn't seem to go that fast, but it actually has a very large jumping range, I should say. So, we'll be seeing that in just a second as we take to the streets yet again. We are basically going to have to be backtracking back to that force field we saw before, leading to what appeared to be a laboratory. First, though, we are going to have some use with the crushing claw ability of what I can only assume to be a ripoff of the Max. And we can also see the great collision detection as, well, this game was just very well programmed, I'll say that much. But since this meeting cop decided to be a dick, we also don't want him sticking around, mostly because this door here, well, this door is basically the game's way of saying, You know, you should probably be Bob for right now. Because it will not go any higher than that. The problem is that it seems that at this point that if any one of these medium cops suddenly realizes that you are Bob, then all of them will open fire. So you have to make sure and not start shooting anyone, or they all become aggressive to you, and you start to have a really bad day. So thankfully, with a bit of stealth and cunning,
Who gives a freaking shit about a baby anyway?
and a nice positive word about our main character, just turn around, buddy.
Get off!
It's time to have some sweet dreams. How do you like them apples? But yeah, we can now go into the laboratory area after we blow up the generator. And with that, we'll head into the laboratory next time for more Messiah.